Welcome back to Radiant Dawn, and today we have quite a few new units to talk about, so let's just jump into it. Here we have Ike, everyone's favorite hero, a fan favorite lord, and he's pretty good in this game. Here's what he looks like, and here are his skills. I'll explain this in a bit. But Ike is a level 11 hero. He is considered one of the best lords in the series in Radiant Dawn, falling only, I think, behind Sigurd. Decent from the get-go, doesn't really require too much special training. He is locked to swords right now, but he will get the Ragnar back eventually. He does have a forced promotion. He's forced into endgame, so obviously we're using him. So Ike, overall, a really good unit. I have fun using him, and of course I like Ike. So, yeah, here he is. Next up, we're going to talk about Soren. Soren is a wind sage in this game. Now, I did already mention that mages are not that great in this game, but Soren is probably the best one in the game. I mean, he can use all three weapon types, but he does specialize in wind steel. I usually like to promote him, get him to promotion as one of the first Grail Mercenaries because I like to have another staff user around. He does have his adept still where he can attack possibly twice, which is pretty helpful because he is a little bit on the slow side. But we did get a lot of use of him in the Unmounted Challenge, and we're going to get some more use out of him here because I love Soren. Ike and Soren, yeah, they're both going to endgame. So we're focusing on them, and then one other unit we're bringing to endgame that I promised back in Path of Radiance, who I couldn't use because of the Unmounted Challenge, Titania. She's finally here, and I love Titania. She's my favorite Jagan, Axe Paladin. Pretty high level 2 at level 16, so kind of like Jeffrey, except on the other side of the spectrum. She does the swords, we'll eventually get swords with axes, and then knights like Oscar are bows and lances like Astrid was. But yeah, Titania is basically the Jagan for this group. I like Titania. There's really nothing more to say. Now, horses are a little bit nerfed in this game. They can't go up ledges, or they do get slowed down by water, or they can't go through it all. I'll have to check in Chapter 7, but we'll definitely make use of her because she is definitely going to endgame, and she'll probably promote first, her and Soren. And then, yeah, Ike is fourth. So these three will be our main focus, but of course we can talk about the other guys too. Let's start with Oscar. So I had to bench Oscar in my Path of Radiance Unmounted Challenge, obviously, but he's still pretty decent in this game. Lance Paladin will eventually gain access to bows whenever we can tier 3 him. Even though I'm not bringing him to endgame, I do want to train him up a little bit because I do really like Oscar, and I feel bad about benching him in the last game. But here he is, he's using lances, and then, yeah, just decent overall unit. Also has Earth Affinity, so if you want to make like an extra dodgy strat, you can pair him up with Ike, who also has Earth. Next up, we'll talk about Boyd. Incredibly useful in my Unmounted Challenge. Here he is a level 8 warrior, an axe user like Titania, not except on foot. He's decent overall here, but I think we showed him off a bit too much. Well, we had to in Path of Radiance, so I'm not really going to be focusing on him as much. But someone did mention my Nolan got RNG screwed, so if I did want a warrior and Nolan was dead or not doing that well, you have Boyd. But they are on different teams, so it's kind of like a weird comparison people make with the Dawn Brigade and Grail Mercenaries. Yeah, you compare them, but they are on different teams because they typically, for most of the game, won't be playable together. Speaking of comparisons, we have Gaytree, Lance General, so unlike the other two we met, he uses lances, whereas Braum used axe and Meg used swords. Yeah, Gaytree is, he's alright in this game. 6 movement only, but I like his defensiveness. I use him as a choke point, basically. I'm not one for low turn counting, so I don't mind bringing him along. I think he's a fun unit to use overall. But we did get a lot of use out of him in Path of Radiance, so maybe not as much here. We might want to give some focus to other people like Shinon. Shinon, best sniper in the game, hands down. Basically like a pre-evolution to Fate's Takumi. Most people know Takumi is really, really good for an archer. Shinon is the same, and he does have access to the crossbows that we saw back in part 2, so he'll have one range options. And yeah, he doesn't have that availability issue like he did in Path of Radiance, so I do want to show him off a little bit more, but he won't be going to endgame. He does have Provoke, which is pretty funny. I can imagine him taunting the enemies to hit him. Yeah, Shinon and Gaytree will use them, but not entirely. They probably will reach promotion. I usually do get these two up to promotion without even trying. So yeah, Next up we have Rolf. Now Rolf is considered the worst unit in Path of Radiance, but here I find him a little bit better. He's still inferior to Shinon, but he does have his bow, and there are plenty of ballistas in some of the Grail Mercenary chapters that he can make use of, so even if you would rather train up Shinon, which most people do, he can still find a use here or there. But he's here and he's adorable at least, so we'll make use of him as needed. Right, so next up we have Riz, one of our healers. Now Riz was phenomenal in Unmounted Challenge. Here he can actually attack, we don't have to train him up. He has his L-Light and his staves. I find him, along with Mist, to be both pretty slow, so I don't like leaving them in combat. They will get one-rounded by most things, so I want to leave him on the back lines just to heal. But yeah, he's decent overall, a healer. But I do like to promote Thorn because I think he's a bit more suited to combat better than these two, so that's why I like to get him leveled. And then Mist. Now, if you did use her in Path of Radiance, you'll notice she's lost her horse. She's back to a foot unit cleric. And I didn't get to use her too much, so I might focus on leveling her a bit more, just to maybe get her to level 10. She does have a unique promotion item, and she will get her horse back. And there's a really unique area I like to promote her in part 4, but I'll show that off. She also has a personal weapon, like Ike had his Etard sword. Mist has this floret. Interestingly enough, this is a physical weapon. There are no more magic swords in the game in the sense of the Sonic sword. Wind edges are physical, which is why Edward can do so well with them. But she has more magic than strength, so it really doesn't help her. She can only do like 2 or 3 points of damage, so she's really not fit for combat, which is a shame because Mist is a cool looking unit. But yeah, I'll try and get her a level 10, maybe use her more than Riz since he got to shine in the last game, give her a turn, but primarily these 3. And then there's clearly no one else to talk about, no one that I would despise because I hate sword girls. Okay, so I will go over Mia, and I did take away, she did have Vantage and a Wu Dao, which I decided to put on Ike. But I don't like sword girls, I mentioned this in all of my playthroughs. She's decent in this game, a lot better than she was in Path of Radiance, and a lot of people like to support her with Ike because the affinities go well together, but Ike's Sword Shipper for life. And we're using Edward and Z-Hark, and I like them way better than her. Sword girls are just really bad and bland in my opinion overall. I'll never like them. Right, so we're in the darkness and we do have to escort these green units up here, although it's kind of an understatement because we're helping him. Scrimmier, a lion. I'll go over him a little bit more when he's playable, which won't be for a while. And we have Renolf back as well, but we'll let them do their own thing. They're generally pretty safe. Right, so I think I'll start. Who wants to move first? Let's go ahead with Gatry, I guess. He can hide in the woods, and we've revealed someone. And we'll try and show off Shinon a bit more, of course, too. You really do not get to shine in Path of Radiance. And we get to hear this song. Now, if you play Smash Brothers, you should be familiar with it. It's called The Devoted. I have it set to play on most of my Fire Emblem stages in that game. Okay, cool. Yeah, we want to feed Soren, so I'll try and set up kills for him. Yeah, I like The Devoted. Lots of cool song, and glad they put that in Smash. So yeah, we can make use of this Wu Dao. You do get another Etard in this game if you feel like running around to find it. I usually... In normal modes, I don't go through it as much. Here, I may go through it a bit more, but we'll see if we can get Ike some crits with this Wu Dao. That we may or may not have stolen from a bad unit. Or at least she's not a bad unit, but I just don't like her, is all. Right, so Oscar can get a little further. Yeah, we can't really reposition our starting positions, which is kind of bad because I'd like Titania to be further ahead. But I guess they're trying to get you to train up your... Well, I guess you can call them scrubs compared to her, but everyone is a scrub compared to Titania, so not really fair. And even though she's high level and doesn't need it, we're using her. She's probably going to gain nothing, yeah. Kind of like Jeffrey, but she doesn't even have Paragon to help with that. And I might want to block off Shinon. Rolf, we'll just get you moving towards the ballista, and no one needs healed this turn. Oh yeah, Myth and Boyd have a pairing in this game, or a paired ending. So, um, just like Jeffrey and Lindsay, you can't pair them up together, which makes things interesting for a certain Awakening character, because he claims to be the descendant of a certain someone in this game, which causes a lot of controversy, but Mystex Boyd kind of, is another theory for that, but I'll probably get around to explaining that when I do show off that chapter in my Awakening playthrough, which I do have a planned way to record that, even though I don't have access to the, not the renowned, but the bonus box features on an emulator. Yeah, I have a really mediocre way of recording that, but yeah, these guys are plenty capable. Especially Skrimir and Ranulf. They're primarily who you have to worry about. I believe you will game over if either of them dies, but that should not be an issue. Now, I did mention that beasts were weak to fire back when we got Volug. There are some fire mages in this game, in this chapter, but they should be able to handle it. And we do have access to taking them out with the ballista, because we're not really going on this side at all. We're going to me at the top, but Shinon and Rolf should be able to help take the ballista, at least weaken them with the ballistas, and one of the cats even should be able to finish them off. It's hard to see right now, but I think they do have increased vision at night. Yeah, it looks like Ranulf does, which would make sense. He's a cat. Yeah, they do have quite some movement range, so they can get pretty far. Annoyingly enough, they may block us off at the top when we're trying to... I think the boss is a droppable item, and we really don't want Skrimir to finish him off, so we can get that, because the NPCs will just lose the items, because that's how green units are. Oh, and yeah, they're going to have reinforcements every turn, so... Soren, you can't even double this guy, really? Wondering who... Now, there is a Horse Slayer up around here, so we have to be a little bit careful with Titania and Oscar. Oh, look at her. She's so cool. I don't understand how anyone can really, like, waifu this when you have this. Okay, Titania is the best waifu in Tellius. I'm sorry, all you Mia fanboys. She's better, like, in every way, shape, and form. And then some people even have the audacity to say Mia's a better unit, but no, Titania is the goddess, okay? I actually have a headcanon that, Titania is the true goddess of Tellius, and the actual goddess is just a farce. It would help if I were allowed to kill that actual goddess with Titania, but we'll go over that later. Right, so you are actually in the way still. I mean, I guess we can have Riz take a shot. We could see what he looks like attacking, at least. Yeah, all of our magic uses are just so slow, because in Path of Radiance, Soren would have eaten this guy alive. Well, maybe not in the early game, so... Trying to take advantage of the thick grass around here. We may just want to block off the squishies like our healers and Rolf and Soren. I'll leave you here. Let's try and maybe have Gatru start on you. I would like to get Rolf on this ballista. Yeah. I know I'm not making the most of what I have, but I just don't like Mia. I know she's a good unit in this game, but I don't like her. I just really despise sword girls, so... Yeah, I just think they're a bit overrated by the fandom overall. Boyd, you're not doing too hot there. I might actually need Rolf too, because I'd like Ike to maybe swing around here and murder this mage. That would be good. Someone needs to finish you off. Shinon, I'd actually like you to take a shot at... Well, I don't want Shinon getting that far ahead either. I mean, Shinon can certainly take a hit, but... It's actually not enough. Shinon can take a hit, but I just don't want my archer on the front lines. Oh, I may have to use him on the front lines in the next chapter. Oh, now you crit. So whenever Shinon reaches tier 3 into a marksman, they get a skill. I'm just gonna have Boyd stay back. Okay. They get a skill where they basically jump 10 feet in the air, and it's basically an insta-death like most skills in this game. But it's funny because Shinon's ponytail swings around. It's actually quite hilarious compared to the skill on Roll for Leonardo. I'm just gonna have you protect Soren a bit. And Rolf, can you get on this? You can. Nice. Okay. So I don't see them. Oh, you're the mage. So let's just pick at you so our cats can one-shot you and not have to take a counter. And Miss does not have anyone to heal yet. She can just sneak in here. Ow. Oh boy. Oh geez, a 7% crit rate. Yeah, Boyd is not as good dodging as Shinon for some reason, but... yeah. You know, I have actually sat and done nothing on this chapter, and they are capable of winning the whole chapter on their own. Usually you wouldn't think that of green units, but this one tries to buff them a bit. You know, we do want them to get through so Rolf can see where to shoot next. Good job, Tiger. Oh, I think he's... no, I think that our cat can move. Okay, good. There's another one. Wow, you guys really can't see. For creatures that can see well in the night, you sure are missing a lot. Tigers have no real chance of doubling, and Renolf is plugged. Okay. Shinon is our next priority to get up there. Just work on you. Even though this is a killer ballista, I find that it never criticals. Never wants to crit. You need some more damage, and my main chip dealer is kind of not... okay. And then Miss can heal Boyd. Sorry, just trying to feed Soren. I'm gonna train him in wind. Yeah, Soren will have access to the ultimate wind tome later, so I guess we'll start with wind right now. He's pretty accurate regardless. Of course, thunder always has its accuracy issues. Okay. Let's have Oscar do some... usually it's the other way around. You want Titania feed Oscar, but I really want to use her. Oscar isn't gaining too much in the way of XP either. Let's move up to see what's ahead. Yeah, I think Boyd will have to be a backliner. He really kind of has the same problem in Path of Radiance, I find. Lots of HP, but not too defensive. No, thank you, Titania. That's always irritating. Okay. Shinon begin. Maybe we can see a crit? I don't think he does it in the normal crit animation with his pump. See, no, he just stands still. Basically, he doesn't jump around. Good job, Shinon. You're a good unit. Right, Mist, you'll want to heal your boyfriend. And totally not make a character who would appear in Awakening thousands of years later. The ships that I tend to like in Fire Emblem do tick a lot of people off. I tend to ship like really weird stuff or the canon stuff that nobody wants to like. Like, a lot of people do hate Jeffrey Alencia, but I'm still going to ship it. Uh-oh. Rolf, you didn't finish that guy? Well, better him than Skrimir. Skrimir probably would have dodged, though. Wow. These tigers aren't doing too hot today. Yeah, these guys need to shift. Okay, good. We should open up our vision for Shinon to get on the top ballista. Okay, great. Yeah, there's a few mages here ready to cluster up these guys, and the cats do take a bit to take down the generals. And speaking of which, well, Renolf is better than the average cat, so hopefully he'll be fine. We really need to go for those mages behind him. They are getting slowed down by the reeds, it looks like. Well, you made it through fine. I think they do get slowed down by reeds. I'm not entirely sure, but I don't really use unpromoted, well, not non-promoted, non-royal lagoos too much to really pay attention to it. Which one can roll for each? I'll go for you. Nope. Okay, I think he's right here, the horse slayer guy. And Soren can't really reach him. We can't really shove him either. He's backed into a corner. What a bother. Might be a Titania job. Best wife who can take him out, though, or at least weaken him for Ike. Yeah. I'd like to have a dancer right now, not gonna lie. Alright, Ike, try and crit him, please. Come on, Ike. You can do it. Ugh. Yikes. Gatry, actually, I forgot he doesn't have an item. Okay, good. Oscar should be able to take him out now. Yeah, usually in normal mode, this is pretty much a cakewalk. But even in hard mode, these guys still, it's not completely free in hard mode. Alright. I don't think the horse slayer guy moves. I think Titania might be able to take a hit. Oscar is probably dead, though, if he gets hit by that. Just want to block off the back line here. No one else needs healed. Alright, let's go. We're not forgetting anything. Yeah, your hit rate's so low, Ike really doesn't care. Oh, you're just going to run away. Well, alright then. I think these are the only two left in Rolf's range. Oh boy. So Skrimir and Renolf can unshift after a while. Skrimir's gauge isn't anywhere near as frequent as the cats are. He's just kind of stuck. Nice. Okay, so we can start breaking through. Oh, there goes Renolf. This guy is funny, Septimus. He's like, why do I get stuck with all the horrible jobs? He does come back. We're not actually going to kill him in this chapter. He will be returning later, and it's kind of funny if you do watch the story. If he thinks being at night with a bunch of lagoons is bad, the next one is even more awful. You're not really being useful, untransformed guy. Yeah, and thankfully, I think that's the Horsehair guy, that general right there. Or maybe it's you. Yeah, you're the Horseslayer guy. I wonder if I can actually reach. I could have Shinon take a poke at him. Go for that. Nice. Let's get out of the cat's way. Okay, we can go for that. Bit of an odd angle to throw the ballista, but I'll take it. Yeah, so we're not doing too great against the mage. Oscar, on the other hand, pretty well. We'll have to canto him back. I'm pretty sure the Horseslayer guy doesn't move. And if he does, I'm too lazy to check ranges as usual. Okay, cool. Wonder who our first level up will be. Actually, now can Tanya get to you? Probably not. Ow. Forgetting you don't have a freaking javelin. We'll have I deal with Mr. Horseslayer. Yeah, the sword's really only chance of doubling early on is Adept. You know what? It might be Soren, actually. Alright, we have to kill Titania. Let's have you heal up Titania. And Miss can get Ike. You know, now that I think about it, I'm not even sure if Miss needs her, to be level 10 to, use her item, but I'm still gonna try and get her there anyway. With hard mode, you never know. We probably will. Yeah, the Horselayer's still big and polygon looking as it is in Path of Radiance. I'm going to get Gatry up in front as well, and Boyd, although Boyd, yeah, he is pretty squish. Alright, nothing more to do, no one else to move. If any sword girl loving person finds this channel, I'm not going to apologize. I'm actually thinking of doing a little montage like I did with Meg in a sense, but it's not going to be training up a unit, and it will involve sword girls, and it will probably offend a lot of people. Ah, the dislikes. Oh, there's Vantage working. Glad I put that on Ike. Certainly useful on him. If only he'd make use of that Woodao. Wodao. I don't know how that thing is pronounced. I think it's basically the Shamshir from Fire Emblem 8. Which I usually never get because Marissa tends to get herself killed for me. The Shamshir, in my opinion, is worth more than Marissa, because Marissa is a sword girl. Alright, I'll stop with the jabs at sword girls. Yeah, I think they changed it to make it more of an Arabic theme because Joshua's home country was kind of based off of that. Kind of like how they had the Rangers rather than Nomad Troopers, because there wasn't really Nomads or Sakai in Sacred Stones. Magvel, that's what it's called. It's a continent I always forget the name of. Well, probably because it only has one game. Are you going to die? No. Well, you probably are this enemy. Yeah, you're probably going to die. More. I don't think I've ever seen them run out of, cats. Well, I want Soren to get a kill, so here we go. They're probably going to prioritize the beast before us. I think one of you can reach. Okay, cool. Soren, go right here, please. I think with this Soren will be our first level up in the Grail Mercenaries. Okay. We got strength, interesting, but speed is always good. Oscar can reach you. And the cats have pretty much got everyone else blocked off, and you can't reach that guy down there. The horses really look cool in these animations, how they just kind of run in. Better than static standing still like they were in Path of Radiance. The horses overall do look a lot better. In Path of Radiance, their eyes are like kind of blanked out with the same color as their body, and they kind of look like, they look like merry-go-round things. But here they look a bit more, alive. I mean, obviously, it's a graphical improvement, but still. Good job, Ike. You're a good unit. Yeah, Ike definitely a couple tiers above Micaiah. She's considered maybe like the worst or second to worst lord after Roy, and then Ike is like top 1 or 2. Once again, you don't have a javelin. How irritating. Let's block off Oscar a bit because I don't think Riz is going to... Well, I could shove. Actually, Shinon, you can... Can Rolf reach him? He can. Okay, perfect. We can just get rid of this guy really quick. Rolf isn't going to be doing much the rest of the chapter. Okay, now you can reach. Yeah, you're probably... No, okay, no, you're getting doubled. You're definitely dead. Congratulations, NPC. You ran into danger. I think Ike's crew can sneak around the back through this top line of trees. We may have to... Yeah, where he's going. Because, yeah, it's really clustered here. And Rolf is out of ammo, I believe, but Shinon should still have some. Oh. Well, you know, you can go that way. Hey, you're still alive. Good for you, green unit. Please don't block me from... Okay, thank you. Idiots. Yeah, we're not going to be able to reach because of the reeds. Cool. I think there are some tricks you can do where you can pick up some of the loos when they're unshifted, and we may actually be able to get miss some grinding here if we heal up these guys. Where's Soren? Stuck. Oscar really can't get in there. Yeah, we're pretty much clustered at this point. Nothing too much to do. Riz, you can heal, I guess. Still a great resource for healers, at least. They are good for something. Nice. One less in our way. I think there's a hidden coin up here. But I really don't care about a coin. I don't forge too much to make that great use out of them, and usually when I do, I get the blank card. I think I did for the Eddie Bean sword I forged before, if I remember correctly. Okay, good. Kill the annoying priest. Okay, now if you guys can just move these generals out of our way, that would be really appreciated. Okay, Skrimir should be able to do it. Yeah, I think he drops a crossbow, so we really don't want Skrimir to get into him, but Titania should be able to pick him up if he unshifts, which should be happening soon. He usually unshifts around this point, and... yeah, he's just in my way. And we can't get through these reeds. Nothing to do but inch closer. Sword. Okay, good. But now you're kind of in my way. Yeah, this is the problem with them. I mean, Skrimir just has to arrive on that tile, so it's no big deal, but... I don't think Titania can pick up a full-grown tiger. Oh, he has a stone, that's right. Yeah, and I can't actually get to you, and I don't think... Where's Titania at? No, she can... Well, she can attack, but... she can survive a crit from him. Yeah, I think Septimus actually left. Because we have to fight him later. Ow. Right. I can miss one more up. She can heal Titania. Not enough to kill, Oscar. Ow. Right, let's see if Soren can... does the wind have 100? It does. I would not be doing this if there was a... I really don't want Soren to go splat because he will die to a crit. Okay, had to make work of some 2-ranging, but still worked out in the end. Usually I have like just walk up and bonk him, but have to improvise in hard mode. Ugh. And yeah, Skrimir just has to get there. Hopefully the AI is smart enough to realize. I always worry that's going to be stupid here. But it is pretty decent. Okay, good. Good job, Skrimir. You figured out where the square was, you silly green unit. Yes, we are done with this chapter, Ike, and I will see you for the next one.